Ceramic keycaps, a unique set of keycaps that drastically change how your keyboard sounds. I would say most of us do like that unique sound profile it creates, especially for beginners. It's something that most of us would describe it as tickling your brain. Now, Cerakey's always sold keycap sets by themselves, but let me introduce to you their recent release. This is the Nada 65, a pre-built keyboard with ceramic keycaps. So let's get the boring stuff out of the way. USB-C cable, keycap and switch puller, wireless receiver, cloth, extra accent keycaps, user manual. Now, for the interesting stuff, the keyboard itself. Now, for the keyboard itself, clearly we have a 65%. It looks really glossy right out of the bag. On the back, we have some pandas, which I believe is the whole theme of the keyboard. I kinda like the oval shape to it, but the design on the centerpiece isn't exactly my favorite. We have triple mode connection, and we have a pretty interesting colorway on the keycaps. Normally we would see a white base with black accent keycaps, but we have it opposite. So the main point of this keyboard is that ceramic keycaps are pre-installed as well as their Celeste blue switches. Now, how does it sound stock? It's exactly what we love about keycaps. It's perfectly executed into this pre-assembled keyboard. And to be honest, it might be better than some of my own builds with ceramic keycaps. But why? So one of the biggest problems about ceramic keycaps is the pure weight of them. Our normal switches aren't exactly made to handle keycaps that are 5 or 10 times heavier than usual. Which is also when I realized they used a different switch for the spacebar, which has a way stronger actuation force. But for now, let's see what's inside the board. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a really tough time opening up this board. So much so that I had to email in to say, how do I open up this board? But before they replied, I did manage to open it up. And not gonna lie, it is really hard to open up. Compared to usual plastic clips, I would have leveraged to pull up, but this is flat. There is nothing sticking out to give you force to pull it out, and it is extremely tough to open up. And after they replied, they did say that this board isn't exactly made to be opened up. This board is made for beginners who just want a pre-assembled board. But since I have it open up, let's take a look at what's inside. First of all, both our top and bottom case is made from plastic and gives off a very glossy finish. We have a silicone dampener on our bottom case that holds our 4000 mAh battery. Our PCB is a 5-pin hot swappable south-facing PCB, which allows us to use any switch of our choice without running into any troubles. It doesn't support screen stabilizers, but the pre-installed plate-mounted ones are pretty good. And to be fair, because it's plate-mounted stabilizers, you can tune them without opening up the whole board. And that's installed on our FR4 plate. To finish it all off, we have our plate, PE, and case foam for extra dampening. Now, realistically, I would usually do a foamless build, but with ceramic keycaps, the sound profile that you are going for is something you would want with all the foam inside. So instead of changing out the foam, I decided to try out a whole different bunch of switches, because if I was a beginner and I bought a pre-assembled keyboard which wasn't meant to be opened up, I would change out the switches as much as I wanted to and see what kind of different sound profiles I would get. So here's how the board sounds with 7 different switches. The keyboard honestly does a really good job at representing the ceramic keycap sound profile. I do like the stock configuration, especially the spacebar in the stock configuration. It feels a lot more responsive compared to the usual switches we're using. But with different switches, some of them sound a little creamier, some of them sound a little lighter, some of them sound a little thockier, you know. You will never know what switch you like until you try it in real life. But this has been the Nada 65, and I think they did a really good job with implementing ceramic keycaps onto a pre-built. So if you're interested, everything will be linked down below. If you want to listen to, what do you guys call it? Raindrops, oh no, marbles hitting the floor. That's what you guys always comment when it's ceramic keycaps. If you want a keyboard that sounds like marbles hitting the floor without doing anything at all and just receiving it, this is it. So everything will be linked down below as per usual, and thank you so much to Cerakey for sending this over. Comment your thoughts on the Nada 65 down below, like this video if you enjoyed this video, subscribe if you enjoyed my content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. And I do know my hair is really messy. I just woke up.